As Michael's side of the telephone conversation became more heated, June became uncomfortable. Oh, now, bitch, you uncomfortable? Now you uncomfortable? Is it because you see that motherfucker for who he is? The Thriller?
Okay, before we get started, let me make a public service announcement. Narob, Uptown Narob, has never once said that I believe that Michael Jackson is guilty. I have never said that Michael Jackson is not guilty. Never once. I think we're on video, I don't know, we almost on 60. We almost done. But I have never said that I believe that he touched them kids. I believe he didn't touch them kids. I pretty much stayed neutral the entire time and allowed you all in the comments section to voice you all's opinion. Okay? Because I remain neutral. What I do not remain neutral on and stand firm in is the fact that the adults surrounding the children, including Michael Jackson, made poor decisions. I have also said that because Michael Jackson is per se awkward or disconnected, he could not understand why some of his actions were disturbing. That's what I said. So for those of you trying to scold me in the comments like I wrote this goddamn book, I didn't write the book. I'm reading the book.
While in the limousine on the way from Los Angeles to Santa Barbara, Mike and company stopped at the beach house of financier Michael Milken, the so-called junk bond king who had just been released from prison after serving a couple of years for securities fraud. He was a friend of Michael's, and the two had been in discussions to set up an educational cable TV network for children. What? Michael Jackson, you fucking with scammers? You about to set up a whole cable television channel for kids with a scammer? Where the fuck is Frank Dillio and John Bronca? While at Michael Milken's, Michael Jackson telephoned Anthony Pelicano to tell him of the change in plans. They had decided not to allow Evan to have Jordie for the week. This decision put both Anthony and Burt Fields in difficult positions. They had given their word, and now they appeared to be liars. Anthony was furious. He let Michael have it. You're being ridiculous, he recalled telling him. Now you get that kid back here, and you do it right now, Michael. You and Jordie apparently share a brain, so use it. Do you hear what I'm saying? Listen, you don't tell me what to do, Michael shot back. I tell you what to do, Anthony, not the other way around. Do you hear me? What I'm saying? Listen, the fact that Michael Jackson do not even understand that what he's doing is wrong is telling me that there's some kind of mental health issue going on with him. He's not there. I don't give a fuck. It's something not there where it's not connecting. And you have those people where they just, it's just something in the brain. It's just something where it's just not, it's like a stop right here. Boom, boom. That does not get to rationale. Okay? Rationale is here. Your mouth is here. Your brain is here. Okay? And the rational part is right here. Stop. It ain't gonna make it there. In your mind, you think that you're powerful enough to tell a child's father, no. No. You ain't the steppappy. You ain't a guardian. You are Michael Jackson. And in his mind, probably because he's putting all that money in that mama's pocket, he can have that kind of clout. You know, because people think they own you. when you don't have the money that they have. They treat you different. Remember that. Always have your own money. I learned that shit the hard way, y'all. Listen, you don't tell me what to do, Michael shot back. I tell you what to do, Anthony. Not the other way around. Do you hear what I'm saying? As Michael's side of the telephone conversation became more heated, June became uncomfortable. Oh, now, bitch, you uncomfortable? Now you uncomfortable? Is it because you see that motherfucker for who he is? The Thriller? You see that there? That motherfucker got the propensity to turn to the Thriller? Child. Michael continued. Evan gets to see Jordie when I... ... He corrected himself. Evan gets to see Jordie when we say so, not when he says so. And we don't say so. So that's the end of that. Got it? Michael slammed down the telephone. He clenched his fists and made an angry face, so furious. He seemed as if he was about to explode. Why does he treat me like I'm an idiot? He asked no one in particular. I'm not an idiot. I'm Michael Jackson. I'm Michael Jackson. He kicked the wall. It's offensive and insulting, damn it. June, Jordie, and Lily looked at one another with surprised expression. Yeah, because they in that mother like, I'm sitting next to the crazy person. It's crazy. June, Jordie, and Lily looked at one another with surprised expression. Gosh, Mommy, Michael's so mad, Lily said, surprised. After witnessing Michael's unexpected tantrum, June no longer wanted to go to Neverland with him, saying she wasn't in the mood. You wasn't in the mood to get kidnapped by the Michael Jackson? Now you're not in the mood? It's okay as long as he's giving you gifts, okay, and taking your son in the room and it ain't no problems. But it's a problem when you scared now. Way back to Los Angeles, June Swartz had time to think about the way matters had evolved with her son and Michael Jackson. When she got home, she called Evan. She had a change of heart, she said. Perhaps when she saw Michael lose it the way he had, she realized that someone needed to put things into perspective. Man, I hope Evan cussed her ass the f*** out. I mean it. Though Jordie didn't want to go, she now felt it important that he visit with his father for the week. In young Jordie's world these days, no one ever seemed to do anything he didn't want to do. Therefore, he was sullen and disagreeable when he finally got to Evan's house. He said he missed Michael. Evan had heard enough about Michael Jackson in recent months. Okay, pause. When we was living on Moore Street, I was a teenager. I probably was like 16 years old, and I was dating this guy. Okay, he was older. He was much older, right? But I was dating this guy. And my mom was like, okay, Nene, we fitting to go to, I think it was Hershey Park. I'm like, I don't want to go to Hershey Park. I want to stay here, Mama. You know, and she like, no, we going on a family trip to Hershey Park. One, my mama was driving a 1987 Nissan Sentra with no AC and no fucking radio, okay? You had to roll the goddamn windows down, right? And it was a two-door. It was me, BFF, my mom, and my sister. And we all in the goddamn car together. No AC, no radio. Matter of fact, no, we had a radio in there, but it was like a small boom box, okay? And we had tapes in there. So we would listen to that little small boombox all the way to New Jersey. And I remember being so angry because I wanted to spend time with this new dude I was dating. That situation reminds me of this. Like, it's not like, it's a friend. I want to spend time with my friend. It's more like I want to spend time with my new romance, my new lover, per se. Okay? So that's reminiscent of that situation. Like, every time I read, it really does feel like Jordie is gay. You know, like he really has an emotional connection to him. What it also reminds me of that mother Hunchy Lee Malvo with that little boy. I don't believe that little boy was gay, and I don't believe Lee Malvo is gay. I just believe that little boy, he was in such search of a father figure that he would have followed Lee Malvo to the moon. It's like what Michael Jackson and the DC Sniper have in common. Conditioning little boys. Evan had heard enough about Michael Jackson in recent months. As soon as he had his son in his custody, he instructed his attorney to draw up papers that stipulated that June would not be permitted to take Jordie out of Los Angeles County, meaning she would not be able to see Michael at Neverland in Santa Barbara County, and most certainly not on tour.
June decided to telephone Michael. Perhaps they could meet and discuss the matter. After all, they had been friends. When she saw him face to face, she would be able to look into his eyes, she believed, and then know the truth. She finally got Michael on the phone. "I'm sorry, June," he said, "but things are so out of hand now that my lawyer has told me that I can't speak to you or even see you. But Michael, ... Evan is the one who started this mess, not me," Michael said, his tone surprisingly cold and deliberate. We ain't surprised. We ain't surprised because that ninja don't have allegiance to nobody except for Catherine and Elizabeth Taylor. One of you guys had pointed down in the comments to me that, yes, although he go from man to man looking for a pappy, he done found a new mammy in Elizabeth Taylor. Okay, but I think Elizabeth Taylor just understood him more so. Hold on, let's see what Elizabeth Taylor's sign is, because what kind of person understands a Virgo perfectly? February 27th. A Pisces, of course. Evan is the one who started this mess, not me, Michael said, his tone surprisingly cold and deliberate. Evan ruined our beautiful friendship, not me. I'll have Bert call you and answer any questions. Goodbye, June. I'm sorry. June couldn't believe the way Michael had talked to her. Now she didn't know what to think of him, because she still leaned towards his innocence. Perhaps he would have been better advised to have been less dismissive, if only to keep her as an ally. She decided she had to agree with her ex-husband that Jordie not be permitted to visit Michael, at least for the time being, and not accompany him on his tour either. She even agreed to allow Evan to keep custody of Jordie for a while. See what I'm saying? I'm not saying guilty or innocent. What I'm saying is that the adults surrounding Jordie are full of. Michael learned of June's about-face from one of his staff members during a meeting in his bedroom at Neverland. He was seated on his bed. There had been a sadness about Michael in recent days, but after he learned of June's decision, it was more acute than usual, recalled the employee. After all, she was handing Jordie over to Evan, which would not bode well for Michael's friendship with him. On August 2nd, Evan Chandler extracted a troublesome tooth from his son, Jordie. Okay, you know his father is a dentist. Evan decided that he would give his son this medication that is called the truth serum. Let me see what's the name of it. It's called sodium amytal. Little boy supposedly got a bad tooth in his mouth. Okay, so, okay, I'm a dentist. Let me work on your tooth, son. While the little boy in a chair, the father intravenously gives Jordie the truth serum. Perhaps Evan felt that he had no choice but to administer the drug to his son in order to get him to finally open up about the true nature of his relationship with Michael Jackson. "Did Michael ever touch your penis?" Evan asked Jordie. Groggily, Jordie said in a soft voice that yes, Michael had done it. Evan then grabbed his son and hugged him tightly as if never wanting to let him go. "I'm sorry, Jordie," he said, according to a later recollection. "I'm sorry." In his heart, Evan would later say he always knew what was going on between his child and the pop star. Evan, ain't nobody paying no attention to you. Child. Because you don't prove to be the truth anyway. You know, you ain't the truth, Evan. One of y'all in the comments was like, the father even ended himself after a while. After obtaining what he believed to be the truth from Jordie, Evan Chandler demanded another meeting with Michael Jackson. Why? Why, Mr. Chandler? Because you want to get some money? You say that you love